All right, good morning. So, welcome to Bowman Web Services. My name's Tom Bowman. I wanted to chime in on something that happened this past week. And honestly, after like I would say, 5 or 6 days of just headache and heartache, I finally have turned around and I decided to sue Amazon, the company Amazon. And so this video is really about that. It's the first steps in setting that all up. I'm really that upset. I straight up bought a laptop. I got a great deal on it. I'm on it right now. I'm concerned that it still has some bullshit on it, but honestly, I found it to have some stuff that was kind of shady and not supposed to be on the computer. So I'm just going to show you real quickly those things. Originally, I made a video about all this, and before I used Malwarebytes and some other scanners to remove stuff, and then go back and look again to make sure it did remove it. I actually, had taken video, but Amazon has an ad, you buy your stuff through a page that has your thing. In my case, it was a laptop. That laptop actually has vendors in the little corner, and I didn't know it was vendors. I thought it was a vendor, but apparently that flips. If you refresh the page, you'll see the vendor is in a pool of vendors, right? And so I didn't know, so I made a whole video bitching about this company. And again, that company, it actually looked like a sham. Honestly, it had a one-page website with 200 words and a Canadian phone number, and that was about it. That's all they needed to ship through Amazon. Honestly, I thought they had better standards than that. I'm totally shaded out. And so, as a business, a lot of my information now, note, I only have a couple of customers, so most of my APIs and keys and other things, passwords, are unique to things that I'm building, and so I believe it was all isolated and just whatever they had going on here. Because honestly, as soon as I turned the computer on and started uploading my stuff and activating my accounts, putting my programs on here, the thing I could show in the video I showed, where it literally was updating itself. It was going to the internet by itself, right? Not with asking permission, just going to the internet, updating itself, doing some shit, sending something, receiving something. And again, without a serious forensic expert, I couldn't tell you what the hell it's taken. And honestly, the vendor that did this really should be immediately charged with a crime, but I'm sure they're all overseas, right? They're definitely injecting something into these laptops. And so, honestly, what upset me is that, Amazon sold over 100 of those in the last week. And let's just hop into, I'm going to show you a couple of things, because it really was upsetting. I started a whole web page. I'll show you that page that is in the background. There is the page about it. In that page, it teaches you how you can go and download, or not download, but just copy my little code, and before you turn your computer on and access the internet, right? Because as soon as you activate the internet, it's going to start updating whatever's on the thing. There's a little bit of code you run inside your PowerShell, the little box with the black window. You run it in there and it comes back, it tells you shit, right? It tells you this kind of stuff right here. Let me just open this up, and I'll just maybe get a bigger screen. But this is all stuff here that was injected onto the laptop. I bought the laptop here, 5.3, 5.4, right? You can see here, this stuff was put on the computer 2.9, 2.9, 2.3, 2.10, right? You can see in here that there are things in here like installer exe, right? And there's things in here like PC App Store. And there was another one in here that was a negative one that it pointed out. Anyway, there's different things in here that should not be in here. Bright VPN is a spoofed VPN that it's like a free VPN, right? But in the background, they take your data, they access it and using data or something, and it has a very negative something associated with it. So honestly, I would like to know what all of these different programs are. AI went through the worst of them and said, holy shit, there's a couple there, it couldn't tell me what they actually did. And there was one, at one point we spent about 2 hours trying to find if they actually went and used a thing, because that what I just showed you there. This is a certain thing inside your computer. Sorry, on the right thing. It's a certain thing inside your computer, inside your PowerShell. You run a little piece of code. I'm going to leave that for everybody. But right there, apparently they can do something. They can go in, and apparently this is a lazy shammer. If you run that code and nothing shows up, that means they took the time to inject shit, go and delete this specific file so you can't tell what the hell was put on the laptop. And so in that case, if it made exceptions or something inside, Windows security or anything, you're totally not going to see it unless you go in and you check that deep inside something like Windows security or whatever the hell they call it, right? And so, yeah, there you go. This here, I'm just going to click through a couple things. Again, VPN, it was installed on 2/9 months before I bought the computer, right? I wish I knew how to just jump screens here. Again, another thing that really upset me here is this right here. Amazon actually blocked my review, guys. Blocked my review. I put a 1-star review up about this person doing some kind of weird stuff with the computer, and Amazon came back and said they wouldn't post it. So I'm going to try to edit it one time, but there was no profanity in it. There was nothing in it that should have gotten it flagged outside the fact that it's 1 star, and Google probably has some kind of algorithm that stops you from doing 1-star ratings or flags them. And so I totally don't believe the Amazon ratings anymore. Honestly, you can see these are the ones here. See the updater EXEs? They're firing off. They're updating stuff here throughout my setup related to this. I believe related to this. Allegedly, right? And so, just, folks, this is all bad stuff. And I want you to know that I bought something, and that's the company that I blame. That's not the right company, right? That's one of the companies that Amazon uses and rotates and flips, right? That's why I took down the other video. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I just don't give a shit at this point. That company's shady too, you assholes. Allegedly shady. All right, and then, again, here's Malwarebytes' actual scan. Found 15 threats. You know, it scanned, that's just the initial files that I had thrown on there. So you see I put files on the computer, and obviously I've been exposed to something or another. And so, well, there you got it, guys, got it. I'm going to hop over here. I just want to show you a couple emails real quick, because I did, and I don't know if it was from, I think I filed a BBB complaint, but real quickly, Amazon was on top of this. I guess from the different things I filed and posted, the word saying the different things about spyware or something, this person got a hold of me really quick from, I guess, executive customer relations, and that might be BBB. But she quickly told me that she sent it over to like her legal team or something. Assistance from her legal team about it. And at that time, when I sent this, I had not decided to sue Amazon yet. I want you to know I called their customer service to tell them about this. I got transferred 3 or 4 times, and the 4th person or 3rd person that I talked to was rude and over-talked me. You know, like when you're speaking, they just over-talk you. And I said, yo, you're over-talking me. And she just kept doing it to be a wise ass. So I hung up the phone. I went over, and I filed a small claims lawsuit against Amazon. And so, again, they wouldn't submit my review. Let me find this thing here. Boom. There it is, folks. The court docket filed against Amazon for selling me a bad computer, allegedly. And so, yep, we're going to find out what happened. So I went and I sent that lady who had reached out, a message, a return message. And I don't know where that is at the moment. But, yeah. Written escalation, Better Business Bureau. I guess I did send something to Better Business Bureau. And maybe I sent it over to them also, or the BBB had. But anyway, somehow it got to somebody. And so we're going to find out exactly, how it goes. I sent her an email back saying, I've launched a lawsuit. I said, here's the information. Now, I'm waiting for her to confirm that she got the freaking email, because it cost me like $100 to send the sheriff out. My next step, I have like 2 months to serve them. And it's stupid. That's stupid, Volusia County, that I've got to go and like hunt down a police officer or use a service. It just seems stupid. It should be in-house. It should be sending me an email, say, hey, pay this $100, and it gets served. But apparently it's an outside service, and they're just worried about getting it in the book. And so this is in the books now. So I got to figure out, hopefully Amazon, does the decency of getting back to me. I've already got like $200-something out of pocket here, $500 on the laptop, 3 days or 4 or 5 days of absolute headache and bullshit, keys exposed. Really, Amazon really just sucks. I tell you, unfair trade practices act altogether. Deceptive Florida marketing. I'm going to be involving the Attorney General, I believe. That's where we're headed. The Attorney General is going to be getting involved. I just really think that's where it's got to go. It's a shame that I can't just find where my face is. My face disappeared. But yeah, at the end of the day, folks, I'm going to tell the story here. I'm going to share with you how you can find out what's on your computer. And even if you had it for a while, I would go in there and I would look and find out what's on your computer pre you buying it, and then look to see what's there, because all these months you've had your laptop, somebody's collecting something. Somebody's doing something nefarious. And I hope Amazon really gets with their shit and settles this, because I think the lawsuit's only for it's under $2,500 because I didn't want to spend $300 or $400 to sue them for more, right? And at the end of the day, I think I caught mine in time. I'm not so sure you or others had the same luck is what it was, because something popped up that got my attention, and as a web building person, I knew that was not part of a brand new laptop. And so I went looking to see what the F was going on. And this is what I found, folks. I found all this BS stuff injected, people doing things inside the computer at specific dates and times, right? And you can look at it all here. But within 21 minutes, apparently, somebody did something nefarious. And I imagine they had dozens of these laptops sitting out on a table, right? Pre-being sent to the Amazon warehouse. At least I hope it's pre-being sent to the Amazon warehouse. Allegedly saying that something's really effed up here, guys. All right, so buyer beware. Until this is resolved, I'm going to be blogging about this, sending videos, telling you the updates. Watch out for things like Bright VPN and different malware-related things inside your new laptop or refurbished laptop, regardless of where you buy it. These pup things are apparently how they get your private information and put it out onto the dark web, black web, whatever it is. Anyway, KK Overseas Corporation, ElectronicsBazaar Store. These are the people that actually sold me. That's what's on my receipt. And so Amazon, Bowman versus Amazon. That actually looks good in writing, guys. I like it. Hey, give me a like, give me a share, hang around. Shares over here, guys. Real easy. All right, hey, if you need some web services, reach out to me. I'm one of the best. All right, thanks. Have a great day. Take care.